This tutorial is for Mekanism version 10's industrial turbine. First off, you are going to need pressurized tubes and mechanical pipes if you intend to use the turbine in conjunction with a fission reactor. You will need turbine casings and a minimum of 2 turbine valves. You can use structural glass instead of casings for the sides. You will need turbine vents. On the inside, you are going to need at least 1 rotational complex. You will need some pressure dispersers, some saturating condensers, and 9 electromagnetic coils. Finally, you will need turbine rotors and 2 turbine blades per rotor. The base of the structure must be an odd number. The maximum height can be 2 times the base minus 1. For example, if your base is 7, 2 times the base minus 1 would be 13. Maximum size can be no greater than 17 by 17, base and height. The taller you build it, the higher its efficiency is. Alright, now I'm going to build one. I will try to be as quick as possible. Just like with the reactor, the entire frame of it needs to be casings. This rule also applies to most machines and Mekanism. You have to put the turbine rotors directly in the middle. And then you attach the rotational complex on top of that. And then you attach the pressure dispersers. And then, on top of that, you attach the electromagnetic coils, and they must be touching the rotational complex. Then, you fill in the sides with saturating condensers. A wider reactor can accommodate more saturating condensers, which will in turn increase the amount of water your turbine can provide. And then I like to fill the top with vents. The vents are how you're going to get water out of the turbine. And we'll attach the blades. And then we will do the sides. Misclick. You have to be very careful none of your blocks end up on the inside. Otherwise, the structure will not complete. You can put the valves anywhere you want in one of the sides, and I'm going to stick mine there. You may also have more than 2. And there you go. That red puff shows that the multi-block structure is complete. There's a really good wiki article about the industrial turbine on the Feed the Beast wiki. I will provide the link to. Actually, here's a cross section of what the structure will look like. The outside is going to be turbine valves, structural glass, and turbine casings. The inside is going to be the turbine rotors and turbine blades. And on the top, you're going to have a layer of pressure dispersers and rotational complex, saturating condensers and electromagnetic coil on the next layer, and then vents or casings. Once it's working, you can right-click it and view information about it. This will tell you things like whether or not the number of vents you have is limiting, or the number of blades you have is limiting. I wouldn't worry about that too much, but those are areas to improve if you want to improve the reactor turbine. Now for the vents, you equip the configurator. Actually, you don't. On this, you do not. All you have to do once it's done is attach a pipe, a pressurized tube full of steam, and a cable. And that's it. To get water back to the reactor, you attach pipes to the vents. In this case, this is what you use the configurator for. You shift right click, and you'll change the operation mode of the pipe. If you go too far, you end up doing that. How much water you get depends on how many condensers your turbine contains and how much steam you're supplying it. I'm going to say this, it was in the other video, but it's super, super important. Do not allow the power reserves to fill up. Once it fills up, it will stop producing, and therefore it will stop providing water to your reactor. Store your excess energy in an induction matrix or burn it with a resistive heater. And that just about covers it for reactors and power and all that stuff. Now you should have a stable supply of power and nuclear waste and not explode. Check out my upcoming tutorials on the mech suit and the fusion reactor. Thank you for watching.